Close your eyes and I'll kiss you.
Linda, to me, is connected with a lot of positive energy.
Linda took a fair amount of flack for, her advocacy of both animal welfare and vegetarianism.
Wanted to do something to sort of celebrate what Linda did.
If you ask a regular person in the street about animal rights and vegetarianism, probably the top of the list will be Linda McCartney.
Here, there and everywhere, a concert for Linda, Sunday at 10:35 on BBC One.
And with a news update now on BBC One, Jenny Bond.
Good morning. NATO has continued to bomb Serb targets overnight, hitting an oil refinery near Belgrade and a bridge on the River Danube. A spokesman insisted again this morning that a refugee column attacked 2 days ago was hit by just one stray NATO bomb. Thousands of refugees, meanwhile, are still fleeing the conflict.
Another night of intensive attacks saw NATO targeting an oil refinery just outside Belgrade and another oil installation near the northern city of Novi Sad, attempts to cut off fuel supplies to Serb forces. Meanwhile, from Kosovo, the sight of burning houses suggests that the offensive by the Serb army is still continuing. Latest pictures of the exodus by thousands of ethnic Albanians underline the scale of the human tragedy. Having fled from their homes, these refugees faced a grueling trek over the mountains in sub-zero conditions to reach Montenegro. We're too tired to go on, he says, and for the old and the very young, it is now literally a fight for survival. With refugees now flooding in from Kosovo, the authorities in Macedonia are becoming alarmed at how they can all be cared for. The government says the country's population has already been swollen by 7%, and the refugees are still coming.
Two of the country's biggest retailers, ASDA and Kingfisher, may be about to merge. The companies have begun talks which they expect will lead to the creation of one of Europe's largest retailers, with interests from supermarkets to pharmacies. A charity has claimed that 1 in 3 mentally ill people are turned away when they seek mental health care. The National Schizophrenia Fellowship is calling on the government to bring in new laws giving people who are mentally ill a legal right to care and treatment. The relatives of 36 fishermen who died off the coast of Norway are waiting for the publication of a report this morning into the mysterious sinking of the trawler Gaul 25 years ago. There were no survivors. For many years, there's been speculation that the vessel was lost while on a spying mission.
For 25 years, the Gaul has lain at the bottom of the Barents Sea. Today's report may finally reveal how she sank, one of the longest mysteries of the deep-sea fishing industry. Ever since the Hull-based trawler disappeared, there's been speculation about her loss. Some suggest the Gaul was sunk by the Soviet Navy, who believed she was spying. Others think she was struck by a NATO warship on secret exercise. But video evidence was supplied by the families to an independent expert in subsea engineering, who dismisses hit-and-run theories.
And that's it. More news at 5 to 12.
Now the headlines in the southeast. Sainsburys is to cut 300 jobs at its head office in London. The company says staff reductions are needed to improve performance and accountability. The cuts come just 5 days after it emerged the headquarters of its Savour Centre in Wokingham is also to close. A 29-year-old man has been remanded in custody after appearing before Guildford magistrates, charged with the murder of a schoolgirl in Surrey. Ashleigh Robinson, a 17-year-old A-level student, was found dead near Guildford Civic Centre on Tuesday morning. The government has started advertising in Oxfordshire for a suitable site on which to carry out farm-scale trials of genetically modified crops. The county is one of only 3 locations in the country where initial plantings will be allowed. An anti-racist concert is being held today to mark the 20th anniversary of the death of Blair Peach. The 33-year-old schoolteacher was killed during a protest against the National Front in Southall. Witnesses have always claimed he was killed by a blow to the head from police. Now, Sunday's London Marathon usually means aching limbs and a gasping thirst, but 2 runners from Croydon will be using it as a backdrop for their wedding. Marathon devotees Mick Gambrell and Barbara Cole intend to tie the knot while running. That's it. Now the weather with Peter Cockcroft.
Hello there. Snow is causing problems again today. The worst of it affecting West Yorkshire for the next couple of hours. Some heavy snowfall. It'll eventually turn to sleet and rain, but nevertheless we can expect some pretty hazardous driving conditions, and there'll be some more rain, sleet and snow showers during this afternoon. April showers just about everywhere, and some of them will be heavy and thundery in the south. And temperatures, well, they're going to be around what you'd expect at this time of year. Overnight tonight, some showers keeping going in the west and also through that central section, but some holes in the clouds, so we can expect a patchy frost. Then over the weekend, rather a lot of cloud across the southern half of England and Wales, some outbreaks of rain and quite a cold easterly wind blowing. That's the forecast.